Well, look at this view. I'm on 2N08 on the South Mountain, looking across to the north side, and I'm on my way to a shoot up on 2N10, but I just couldn't resist shooting this wonderful view. That is the Pine Knot Dot Club right down there. You can see, and the village is all in there. Thought you'd like to just enjoy the beauty of why we live in Big Bear Valley. Over again. Hi, Phil Hamilton.
Good morning, Ron. How are you?
Oh, good. You started a great organization called the Trails Association?
Trails Foundation. Trails Foundation. We're a foundation that represents all kinds of outdoor users. We represent bike people. We represent hikers and runners and equestrians. And what we're going to take a look at today, I think, will be primarily a hiking trail. Some real strong, good technical bike riders might use it, and I think horse people will use it.
Oh, yeah.
When it's completed, it's just under 3 miles long. It really is the only trail access from Big Bear to the Santa Ana River Valley, with some spectacular views, as you can see. And
oh, sure.
It was a legal trail on the maps for a long time. Probably was originally developed in the 30s, but it just fell into disuse, and so it just is terribly overgrown, and we'll get out and take a look at it in a minute.
Yeah.
We found it on some maps and approached the Forest Service, and because it was a legal trail, we didn't have to go through all the environmental work. But it is a mess. But we have made some phenomenal progress, and it's going to be very exciting. I think you'll enjoy seeing it.
You're going down the whole 3 miles.
Yes, we started at the bottom and started working up, and then with the help of some AmeriCorps crews, and I want you to meet some of them and talk to them here in a minute. They're all legal sawyers, so they can use power tools. And I'll show you some examples that if we had to go through this by hand, I'd be dead. I know for sure, because it's buckthorn and just awful stuff. But when you get these young AmeriCorps people with power tools, it just makes all the difference in the world.
Boy, it does. Now, we came up 2N08.
Correct.
But you can also, which goes off of Knickerbocker, you can also enter, this is 2N10.
Correct. You start that at Bear Mountain.
Bear Mountain.
That's right.
Go through there.
Come up Club View, and then it turns into 2N and it comes up all this way.
Right.
So those would be the two easiest ways to come up. But I think this is...
And there's a campground just down here, half a mile.
Correct, yeah.
So that's good, but now this is a project funded by the American Recovery Reinvestment Act.
Well, yes, the work crews that are here, they come up from San Bernardino every day, and you'll see them. We'll see them in a minute. This just kind of explains a little bit about the trail. This is a joint project between the Trails Foundation and the Forest Service. And then this is a map that shows we're right here now, and as you can see, you follow the trail down here, and this will be a multiple use trail, so that we're in hopes we can encourage. But the reality of it is we're at about 67. It's about a 1,500, 16, 17, 1,800 foot gain over the 3 miles.
Wow.
So unless you're a very strong bike rider, you won't ride up it. I will not ride up it. But there are some strong riders that may, and I think some technical people will enjoy riding down it.
Sure. It's called the Seven Oaks Trail, man.
Yes, sir. So let's go out here and take a look.
Okay. But we got a lot of guys here, Phil.
Yeah, all the guys in the yellow hats are AmeriCorps workers. They come up from San Bernardino every morning, and they're all what they call certified sawyers. It means they can use power tools in this area.
Oh, sure.
And it just speeds this work up immensely. So all of those yellow hats that you see all the way down, and then that little group right there is our Big Bear Trails Foundation volunteers. Mostly our board members, but we also have some community people here that just saw our website and said, I want to go up there and help these guys. And so this AmeriCorps crew is the ones that cut through this. And now what they're doing is basically they're finessing the trail, and that means they're widening it. They're getting the root systems out so that people don't trip over roots as they go along. And what they want is a 4-foot wide tread wherever they can.
Oh, yeah.
So that if, say, a biker and a hiker, there would be enough room to pass.
Sure.
And if there was a horse person, that there would be, room for them to get by.
Right.
But you can kind of follow it and pick up. You can
it goes goes down there, winds around there.
You can see
Then these guys on the yellow hats are on the trail there.
And you can see another yellow hat.
And then it goes along the base there. And
right. And then it swings off, and it basically goes all the way down this canyon, and then you can see where it ends up clear down there at the base in the Santa Ana River.
Clear down at the Santa Ana Basin.
Correct.
Well, look at that down there.
So if you think about it, if you wanted to, say, hike from here to San Gorgonio, you never could do that unless you just went on a road. But now it would be conceivable to go 3 miles down here through the valley and then up the other side.
Oh, sure.
As you get down further, there are just some spectacular views of things. And so we're very excited about this.
Oh, this is just great.
And it's just going to be really a marvelous trail for all kinds of users. And you might just hike down a ways and get a feel for it, or some strong hikers will go all the way down. The elevation right here is about 6,700, and at the base it's about 55. So you're looking at a give or take 1,500 feet elevation game. And I think strong hikers would go down and come back up in a day, or vice versa. And so we appreciate you coming, and we also want to we want to try to get the San Bernardino Sun up here so that they realize that this is available. They can drive up 38 and park there by Glass Road and park and hike up whatever amount of distance they would like. And this also connects with one of the great every list of great bike trails in Southern California lists this Santa Ana River Trail. It's absolutely a spectacular trail. And it parallels roughly the Santa Ana River down in the basin. So we could ride down this, hook up with the Santa Ana River, and have just simply a spectacular day of bike riding.
Wouldn't it be?
But this is a tough bike ride, even going down it's tough. Because there's some areas where it's real steep. There's some areas where there's large rock outcroppings that we haven't figured just exactly how we're going to get around them and be safe. But what they're doing right here is originally we had the trail going up around that way, and once we got it done we said this just isn't right. So they're recutting it and going straight through. And you know, you get it in and you think it's right, and then you start hiking and looking at it and fiddling with it, and you say, no, it's not right. We need to go back and change it a little bit. And I'm sure as people use it, we'll find some other areas that we didn't design as well as we should have. And we have to be respectful of the original trail, although in places we had to crawl through stuff to find it because it was just so terribly overgrown. And the other reason for the 4 foot wide is that this stuff grows very, very quickly. And so if we said we only had it 2 feet or 3 feet, probably within a year it would be back grown over. Where with 4 feet, because part of our commitment to the Forest Service is we're going to be responsible for the maintenance of this thing. And with water, you know, water goes where water goes, and it's gonna, so we see ourselves every spring getting out here with tools and re-hiking this thing and cleaning up where the winter damaged it and all of those kinds of things.
That is so neat.
Yeah, it's very exciting. And one of the frustrations we've had is because a lot of our board members are bikers, we sort of had that image of being just a biking group. And so this, for us, was a good example to say, yes, we're a biking group, but we also are interested in creating new and interesting hiking trails and new and interesting trails for equestrian people. And so this, because I think the bulk of the use of this is going to be hikers and horses. And it's just too tough for bike people. Now, I know some bike people will take offense at that and will get up here and show me I'm wrong. But
well, come up here and try it, folks.
Exactly. So anyway, we're excited about this, and we're within about a half a mile from the bottom to the top, and we're in hopes that we can punch this through within a week, so that at least someone that wanted to try it could go the whole stretch. It won't be perfect.
So in August they can try it.
Well, we hope so, and we hope that we can clean it up as we go along. That's really the work that we can do. These guys are a great help, but getting these roots out of this thing so people don't trip on them, and really just sort of finessing it is the work that we can do.
Your job is never ending.
Just continues to go on.
Because you also want to build trails.
In fact, well, we've got 2 or 3 things that are really exciting. The city called us, and over by City Hall, there's a little creek bed that runs up. Metcalf, you might know that.
Yeah, Metcalf Creek.
And they're interested in developing a ADA-friendly quarter-mile along that creek bed that would be like a boardwalk kind of thing. And I'd never even knew it there. I've lived in the valley for 45 years, and I knew there was some water there, but I never paid any attention to it. Well, you walk through that, fish come up there and spawn. It is just absolutely gorgeous, and the city staff says that it, in a short distance, has every kind of tree and bush and shrub that exists in our valley. It's an amazing area. And so they could park there at City Hall if they came up on the weekends because no one is there. Easily could access that. Ultimately, they'd like to go all the way to the lake. Obviously, that would involve going over or under the highway, and you know that's a real challenge.
Sure.
And, but I think it's a great thing. And so I think the thing that we've been able to do, people have been talking about this forever. We finally said, look, let's knock it off. Let's quit talking about it. Let's see if we can't do something about it.
Let's take some action.
And so it shows the Forest Service that we're serious. We're not just yakking, that we're going to do something. And so they're beginning to realize we're serious, and they're coming to us with all kinds of opportunities.
Sure.
So anyway, that kind of gives you a feel for the 7 Oaks Trail, and very exciting
This
project.
is neat. Now, is this on the map? I mean, if they go, like the Discovery Center has most of the maps of off-road and hiking trails.
This is on a map, but people would come up here and say, God, this trail's on the map. Where the hell is it? Well,
yeah.
I shouldn't say that, but
here it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, let me show you. I want you to meet Jeanette. She's real uptight about this, but she's the Forest Service person, and I want to bring her up and just have her.
Yeah, sure.
I'll get her to come up here just a second, okay?
This is something, folks. Isn't this great? I mean, we have so many trails. We have 430 miles or 80 miles of off-road vehicle trails that you can take. Not to mention all of the hiking trails. You know, the most popular one is the Castle Rock hiking trail, which is down close to the dam. And it's really, really great. It's about a half a mile up. And then once you sit on Castle Rock, which is a huge dome rock, you can see the entire lake from the dam clear down to the end. Really cool. So there are a lot of trails. Also, Pat Follett, who is a long-time bike fan. He had Team Big Bear bikes for many, many years. He has just published a new hiking and bike trail map, and it's available at, let's see, I'm sure they have them at Change Required Bike Shop, which is right on the corner of Summit Boulevard, Big Bear Boulevard. They have that. So if you want a hiking and bike trail, that would be a good one. Also, the Discovery Center has lots of maps for off-road trails and everything. And that's something that, think of these guys there. Those are volunteers right there. This AmeriCorps, they get paid. They don't get paid a lot, but they get paid. Isn't that something? And what a view. Look at that down there. Let me just pull out. We just are in paradise, folks. Hi, James. How are you?
I'm just fine today.
James Duarte, everybody. You're the supervisor.
Yes, one of the supervisors here. We have 3 supervisors here today.
Right. This is the Urban Conservation Corps.
Yes, San Bernardino National Urban Conservation Corps. Urban Conservation Corps.
This is funded by the Recovery Act?
Yes.
Yeah. That putting people to work.
Pardon me? Yes, we do. This is something we enjoy doing outdoors. We get a lot of the beauty out here in the mountains, out of the fresh air.
Right.
You know, and just enjoy seeing the sights.
And you drive from San Bernardino up here every day, huh?
We come from San Bernardino every day up here.
And here comes Gwen.
This is another supervisor here.
Oh, that's
This is my strong...
Hi, Gwen.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. I'm so glad to see females amongst everything. I mean, they're just as good as guys, aren't they?
Sometimes it's better.
Hallelujah, Brenda.
So you're another supervisor.
Yes.
So, and this is cute. How many do you have in the crew up here?
We have.
Today.
Today we have a group of 40.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, we do.
This is so cool. And it really helps, you know, it gives other people, you know, a chance to get out and enjoy the mountains and
Oh yeah, they love it up
good
here.
trail.
Yeah.
Well, and without their crew and their abilities with chainsaws and things, in my lifetime, this never would have happened. So they
That's
really were
right,
the muscle
yeah.
behind this and did amazing work. And thanks to these supervisors and their crew, this thing is very close to at least getting roughed out.
Sure.
Yeah, it's not
How
nice.
long have you been working on it? You started on the bottom
Yes.
first and then came up so far.
Yeah.
And then you come up here and it's going to work down. That's cool.
We were called to come up on top to reroute and take out all the thorn bush to connect the bottom trail with the top trail.
Oh yeah.
So it's been up. We've been up here for about 2 weeks now, maybe going on 3.
Oh, cool.
We haven't been here every day, but we've been here almost every day.
Look at these. More women. How cool.
That's what we say.
This is Jeanette.
Hi, Jeanette.
And these are both Forest Service ladies, and they really have helped us more than you will ever know.
He says this couldn't have been done without you two.
Well, you know, that works both ways. This kind of a partnership
Oh yeah,
is what's
right.
making this work.
Yeah.
You bet.
Yeah. Jeanette kind of oversees, and correct me if I'm wrong, all of these work crews and kind of works with these people to make sure they get distributed. And Ann is her sidekick, but they've been marvelous. And we've had some exciting things.
That's great.
Great marriage.
Yeah. Well, our national forests all over need a lot of work. Forest Service just couldn't keep up with it because they didn't have the funding. I mean, it's not there. Not that you were not willing, but so many forests are overgrown and everything, and we have to catch up now.
Well, that's why this is such a gift. This kind of a ability with these kinds of manpower crews. I mean, we're the field folks.
Right.
Like the Don Bayak and the manpower. He's the manpower manager that helps oversee SBNFA and liaison. He's a Forest Service personnel. It takes that whole umbrella to get this kind of a project.
Sure does.
Especially partnered with the volunteers.
You bet.
You know how the Forest Service loves
You
volunteers.
bet. Forest Service loves volunteers.
They do.
Because they just don't have enough personnel themselves. That's
Exactly
great.
right.
Well, thank you all. We're going to have a wonderful trail here in a couple weeks. So we're going to invite people to come and ride down and ride back up.
Hike and ride their horses and the whole bit.
Hike, yeah, horses, everything. Thank you all for your good work, and this was great. I'm impressed. Thanks you all.
Thanks for coming. We appreciate it.
Well, that's just about it. We're out of time and they're getting ready to take a break here. They've been working solidly since early morning. And we've been on top, just off of 2N10 on the South Mountain, where 2N08 comes in at the same area. So anyway, this is really cool. This is a project of Big Bear Valley Trails Foundation. And Phil Hamilton is the ramrod of it, and that's cool. So anyway, that's it for now. No, wait. I'm going to talk to Phil in a minute. People volunteer.
If they will get on the Big Bear Trails Foundation website, there's a kind of a progress report all the time, and then the dates and times and where to meet is on that site.
Oh, good.
And that'll tell them where to go, when to be there, and then there's phone numbers they can call and emails that they can send if they have questions.
Great.
Okay?
Volunteer, folks. They'll always need another couple of hands.
Yeah, we would love to have people volunteer. They just need to come with a good attitude, some good shoes, and some muscles, and we have all the tools, so they don't need to bring tools.
Oh, that's great.
Bring some water.
You bet.
Thanks for being here, Ron. Hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you, Phil.
Take care.
Well, there you have it. Now, you know where to go. Big Bear Trails
We're coming through.
Foundation. And they're coming by here. So don't go away. I'll be back after these commercials.
Where the wild things are.
Oh, yeah. Woo! Yeah.